Hi everyone, welcome back to SPCS Series 3. This is week 4. This is the intermediate tier. And we're bringing you guys Joey Esports again, second time on stream. Very, very lucky. They're versing uh, DooBo today. Both teams 3-0 off to a really hot start here, Gilser.
Yeah, both teams have a 3-0 start, like you just said. I mean, only one map dropped, and that was by DooBo, and that was in their first match on Lijiang last week. But other than that, I mean, both teams 3-0, and I scrimed against Joey Esports. They're a very strong team. I really am excited to see this match, so should be good.
Yeah, Joey Esports provided a very exciting match in our first intermediate tier match of the season way back week 1. But it's a different starting map this time, starting out on Antarctic Peninsula. The starting control map is always different every week, and we can see the bans here. We're rushing through a little bit as the game, I think, is close to starting. Interesting bans. Going for the Lucio ban first here is a very curious start to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to protect the Wu Yang Kiri, I guess you go Lucio ban here. I'm more interested in the Zarya ban, but Zarya is obviously so strong right now that it seems like every team's playing her and she's not fun to play against. So I imagine we'll probably see some Hazard maybe, or maybe probably some Reaper slash Genji, more flex DPS with the Wu Yang Kiri backline. Curious to see what takes. I guess Ball is probably pretty strong on this map too, so we'll see, but.
Yeah, Ball is a very viable pick here for Null, for Koi on tank here. Very
Yeah, but I remember
player.
Koi does play a lot of balls, so would not be surprised.
And we are gonna see the same kind of Kiri Wu Yang that we saw from Joey Esports in that week 1 as well. I'm interested to see how they've progressed. Obviously, it was a very dominant showing towards the end of that series. If you can cast your mind all the way back to that.
Yeah. No, this
See
should
if
be
it will
good.
remain. We'll see if it will remain the same way here. Both teams TPing out of spawn.
Yep. So it was like the Kree pick instead of the Genji. Interesting. And the Orisa is very interesting too. Surprised there's no ball here on this map, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of front-to-back action here with these Orisas. I think Cassidy is gonna have a little bit of an easier time poking through the front line. Swifters on this Genji, looking to control the outside lane, trying to see if maybe there can be enough poke put down for some sort of follow-in from the Orisa, but it's not to be right now. Twisted contesting the off angle, getting the other Tracer Asdo low and finished off by the Wu Yang already. DooBo is up 2 picks with both DPS for Joey Esports going down fast in this first fight. Null just trying to contest the point here, see if anything else can happen, but it's not to be. Supports backing out here for Joey Esports, and it's a quick fight in here on the side of DooBo.
I actually love this Kree pick. It makes it so hard for Swifters and Asdo to get in. Yeah, you see the Tracer already swapped. I mean, it's so hard to go in when they have a Orisa with a Kree and the backline just all kind of grouped together. It makes the life so much easier for DooBo's backline to kind of just live this dive comp.
Yeah, look how fast the try is up to this Wu Yang ultimate. This is something that was highlighted in that first week match. Very fast to get the ultimate. And look at all that poke that the Orisa takes from that Wu Yang, from Null on the Orisa as well. Swifters cleaning up the opposing Wu Yang as well. Kiri trying to get out, is able to get out with the help of that Cassidy from Aubrey. It's a really quick reverse fight take there for Joey Esports, really fast.
Yeah, very quick. I mean, that first pick on to Twisted, it was just not ideal. Very close to Pulse Bomb, but you do have Pulse Bomb coming up and Kitsune against Wu Yang also. They should be able to turn this fight right here, but we'll see.
The Cry's close with their own Kitsune Rush. We'll see if Joey Esports can kite all of this damage. Snippy finds a pick opening onto Swifters again, not having such a great time on that Tracer. Asdo trades back one, Try falls down as well. It's in favor of DooBo here, but the tank is extremely low. Null is nice and healthy here, opting to use this Terror Surge, trying to lock down one and get the Wu Yang, and Asdo finds another pick with the late rush here. The tide is turned in favor of Joey Esports, and they still have a high noon to boot here for Asdo.
Yeah, very ambitious ult by Snippy there. I respect it. I saw the vision. But solo ulting a Kiri when she has Suzu up is less than ideal, I guess. But if you're Joey Esports here, I mean, you still have pre-ult, which is good. You come up on Pulse Bomb, whereas if you DooBo, you probably open, yeah, with the Wu Yang ult.
Opening up with that Wu Yang wave onto the Tracer, trying to find a pick, knocks down that Cassidy and will secure the pick as well. forced positioning from that Kiriko, and Twisted finds another on the back end try going down as well. It looks like this is just going to be a stall die on point scenario for Joey Esports here, with the picks coming in fast.
Yeah, that's just impossible to, if you're a caster, if you're that's just impossible. Once you triple blink down and they're on top of you, even if you stun him, it doesn't matter. You hit anybody that's stunned by the wave and then you're just dead. So unfortunate, but
2 DPS ultimates here for Joey Esports. We'll see if they can make good at it. Only the Cassidy ultimate for DooBo here. Not looking too well in that ultimate bank, but they will have a Kiriko rush coming up at the end of this fight. If you look at Azdo here, just trying to lay down some pressure, allow Null to walk up. Slusher's get incredibly low from Poke there. Forces some CDs from the Orisa, but Null not paying too much attention to that high noon from Aubrey and does go down. Azdo trades one, Aubrey finds another. And it's a little bit of a stalemate here, approaching even percentage for both sides.
Yeah, this dude by CK right there was huge on the high noon. Timed it up perfectly for the release of the shot and kept his McCree up the whole time, so that was a huge play there by CK.
Yeah, this ultimate here coming up for Try could be big, but CK looking to put a stop into that Kitsune rush right down main, trying to isolate Null from the rest of the backline. The Orisa's not quite able to capitalize on it, and there we go. There's the go button from Try onto Swifters, gets a pulse bomb stick. It is not good for one. Aubrey finds the trade. Azdo gets one back and Try finds another. It's in favor of Joey Esports here, but members are very low. Aubrey cleaning up on that Cassidy, finding 2 late picks here. That Terror Surge from Null is not going to find the value that is required. DooBo looking like they're going to take the first sub point here on Antarctic Peninsula.
Am I crazy, or was CK a one-shot and Swifters threw the pulse bomb instead of just shooting? I don't know if he was out of ammo or... I think he just meleeed and killed him. Instead, he threw the pulse bomb and CK just TP'd off it. That is interesting.
Uncharacteristic mistake, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he was out of ammo, maybe, and he thought he hit pulse, then you just reload. But as maybe my eyes are deceiving me too. Maybe he wasn't one shot, but I thought CK was meleeable for sure. But I could be wrong. But
how do you like these Orisa comps here? Because the Orisa comp is not something I've seen a lot of teams opt for recently.
This is new to my eyes. I mean, I like the thought process. I mean, it's very, very hard. Like I said, this Kree can live for a long time and build that ult when you have Orisa standing right in front of you and then both healers kind of pocketing you. And it looks like this Tracer's just kind of playing like on the off angles and building pulse bomb. I really like it. I mean, it looks really good, and I mean, if I was a Tracer, I feel like it'd be really rough right now into these Kree picks, but like, I mean, yeah, like you see the core right here, then you have the off angle on the side, so I really like this so far.
Twisted getting the better of Swifters already. It's not been a warm welcome back to the stream for Swifters here in this map so far. We'll see as it goes through. Twisted already halfway to a pulse bomb, doing a lot of work on this off-angle Tracer. Azdo opting to play the Sojourn instead of the Cassidy, looking to see if maybe some more immediate burst pressure from those Sojourn rails can provide an answer here for Joey Esports. Smitty's got one. It's falling apart here. Azdo finds a trade. Aubrey will get one back here. Orisa extremely low here for Joey Esports. See if they can regroup. The point is captured for DooBo, so it's no progress available for Joey Esports. And Swifters swapping to Genji. He's had enough of the trade to duel.
Yeah, and this split right now is just paying dividends. I mean, you have Curie, McCree, and Orisa all together as a grouping. Then you have on the off angle this Tracer and Wu Yang. They're just chunking down Joey Esports.
Yep, Cry opting for that Kiriko ultimate right down May, letting Null get into the backline. Swifters follows up on the push, and Snippy goes down. He down as well. Just all 3, 4. C-Carrot gets a trade here. Maybe is important, but it's almost 50% already for DooBo here, and they've got 5 ultimates.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing you wanted to use the Curie ult there. So I mean, you still come up on other ults. Although Genji did swap, so he'll be a little ways away. But you should be able to fight back with these 3 ults as long as they Orisa ult second. I think they should be fine here. I like the Genji swap too. I think it's a lot better than Tracer here.
They can withstand this onslaught of ultimates here for DooBo. The first one is that Curie ultimate from C-Carrot. And Twisted launches the pulse bomb as well. Swifters gets it dashed through onto Aubrey after a rail from Azdo, and Azdo finds another on the back end. Keed gets a trade on try though. One support down, two supports down for Joey Esports. It's tradable. This Wu Yang doing lots of work here for DooBo. Finds Null on the back end as well, and that's a fight gone for Joey Esports. They did get a lot of ultimates out. In a bright side.
3 people with just his just his water spouts, and that was absolutely nuts. And then he put the ult, keeps the B alive too. I mean, that was just great play there by Keed. Holy cow.
Yeah, Azul got a little bit of a late pick there from a rail shot, so there is a small window of advantage here for Joey Esports. Aubrey just using that high noon to space Joey off the point, and Swifters gets a deflect kill. This is a go button here for Joey Esports. Twisted finds a trade. It's not all so simple here for Joey, and C-Carrot finds another one. The blade has to be big here. He gets one. Swifters, can they get another one? Kiriko in the sights. Not gets the slash, and does that? Oh, no cancel. Twisted doing a lot of work here on this Tracer, not going down and making sure Snippy doesn't go down either. 90% here. There's a touch from Asdo on Tracer, but it's not going to be the map here for Joey Esports unless some madness happens with Null on the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the last fight they just wasted so many resources on Swift, or not Swift, sorry, on Key to try to get him out of the fight, and I don't blame him. I mean, Key got to kill the fight before, but they used so much to kill Key that the rest of the team kind of just went and killed the rest of them when the play was going on. So, I mean, definitely not a bad round though for Joey Esports. I mean, yes, they did lose 2-0, but I think that maybe look at banning this Wu Yang this time because Key looked unstoppable on that pick.
Yeah, very strong performance from Key and from Twisted on that Tracer as well. Lighting up the kill feed, especially in that 1v1 duel versus Swifters on the Tracer. Doing a lot of work as well. To see, play the game from Aubrey. I mean, all around good performance from DooBo. Very, very impressive. I'm excited to see what this series can develop into here. Think that could be just a warm-up map for Joey Esports, but we'll see as we go through to the next maps here. And it's loser picks. It's loser picks, right? So
yeah, so loser picks map or ban, either way. I will say that is Joey Esports' first map they've dropped so far in SPCS. So we'll just see what they go from here. Probably, I imagine they'll probably choose map. Obviously, they can go either escort, flashpoint, hybrid, or push. I'm a little surprised they switched off the Kree to go to the Sojourn. I thought the Kree was working. Yeah, they lost the first map, but I don't think the Kree instead was the problem. I think it just kind of fits better into what they were trying to do with that comp. But I think this time, if you're Joey Esports, I think you're looking to ban that Wu Yang. But on the flip side, if they do choose map and DooBo wants to protect ban their Wu Yang so they can keep playing it, I mean, they could ban out of support, and that way Joey Esports can't ban the Wu Yang. But so curious to see what they do here. So
yeah, I don't think avoiding. I don't think the Wu Yang ban is essential yet for Joey Esports. I think there's other ways they can ban around. I think they looked a little bit worse for wear in the Tracer 1v1, so maybe they can look towards banning Tracer first. Yeah. But it depends what map they want to go to, right? Correct. If they're going to go something, let's say like Circuit Royale and Tracer ban's not really
it's not
in your cards here, is it? Yeah, it'll be interesting. Interesting to see. It looks like they have opted to ban first Joey Esports is the information we're getting. We're getting the information that DooBo has the map pick here.
So
I've seen some teams discussing this as like actually much better than picking map. So I want to know what your thoughts are on that theory.
Yeah, so I think going back to what I said earlier, I think it's so they can protect ban what they feel like may work the best, whether that be the Tracer or the Wu Yang, or because again, once you ban that thing, the other team can't ban the same hero pool or same hero category. So whether it be tank, DPS, or support. And so I think what their thought process is here is we can get the first ban, we can protect either the Tracer or the Wu Yang, and then they can have to ban the opposite, and then we can kind of forge our comp around here. And this Servasa, this kind of screams the same kind of comps here. If the Rissa really is the strong character that these teams are making her out to be, Rissa does very well on this map. She can live for a long time, sustains very high. She can sit on point for forever. It's very hard to get her off the point. So I imagine we're gonna see similar comps, but now that Zarya's not gonna be banned, unless I think Joey banned it the first time, unless DooBo bans it. I will say, obviously, Zarya kind of hard counters the Orisa picks, so we
Mhm.
could very well see like the Zarya with the Reaper and Genji combo as well.
Yeah, it's interesting this Kiri Wu Yang backline with the pace of the healing. Yeah, the numbers overall I don't think are that low. I think the healing numbers are actually pretty high. But
Oh,
the
absolutely.
issue with it is the pace of the healing is slow.
Yeah.
So you need a tank that's quite survivable to be able to be healed for those long durations, right? So I think that you're gonna see that this Kiri Wu Yang comp is probably gonna excel a lot with tanks like Orisa or Zarya that have the ability to make themselves live for a really long time. So maybe that extends to a character like Ramatra, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I will
Maui,
say
maybe.
with their match, obviously he's fallen off a lot after they fixed that bug with his armor.
That bug,
But
yeah.
he's still, I mean, yeah, same thing. You know, he can still transform into his other form, and then he gets a 300 HP shield. So I mean, like, it's a big deal. And yeah, I think you're right. I mean, because like I said, they're with Kiri and Wu Yang, you're kind of going. There's a Kiri ban right there. But anyhow, with the Kiri Wu Yang, you're kind of going more poke, really, than like more so healing. You're kind of focusing on poking down with the Wu Yang balls and then the Kiri kunais. While you still do sustain, but yeah, it makes sense with the Orisa pick. I'm very curious to see what DooBo will ban here. Oh, Reaper.
Reaper.
Interesting.
So I guess we're my
Zara,
point.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that DooBo is banning around the Reaper, the Zarya comp. They're just gonna
Yeah,
ban a piece of the Zarya comp every every map. I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if they get the opportunity to ban a support
yeah,
next round. They might ban Wu Yang or
yeah.
Kyrie.
I'm very curious if they go here because you really don't want to play Orisa into Zarya, even without the Reaper pick. I mean, they could still go like Genji slash like Venture. I mean, it still kind of serves the same purpose as Reaper
Yeah,
does. Um, I wonder. I said Orisa just feels so bad into Zarya. I mean, she just ignores all your stuff, and I I wonder. I mean, I don't. And Koi does play ball. You could maybe see ball in like a dive comp on this. Kind of try to blow it down, but Kiri is banned, so I imagine this is gonna be like Wu Yang Ana maybe, or like
mm,
maybe I I don't want to say Wu Yang Lucio if it's not enough healing, but I've seen a
maybe
few
Wu
Wu.
Yang Brig.
Yeah, I've been seeing a few Wu Yang Brigs, but I'm not a big believer in Wu Yang Brig backline. I know some teams are. Um, Maybe it's unpopular opinion. I don't know. I just think that's not enough healing. It's very hard to play that comp.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see what they rely on here. Should be interesting.
We see the initial picks here. Obviously, nothing is permanent
Mercy
as
Moira.
we're waiting for players to load into the lobby. Allegedly, I would love to see Mercy Moira. I think that would be hilarious. Do you think we're seeing any pattern here with Joey banning supports twice in a row? Do they perhaps feel that maybe DooBo's least flexible part of their team is their supports?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they probably scrimmed at some point this year. I imagine. I mean, it's week 4 now, so maybe they know some like maybe in scrims that they've had like some experience or some like background knowledge of playing this team. Maybe they feel like support might be like the weakest role there. Um, this is another comp too. Yeah, I guess we could see Mercy or not Mercy, sorry, Moira Lucio. But I feel like with this, I don't know if I'd. I feel like it's more of a ball than a Zarya, but again, and I think Koi's a great ball player too. So very, I guess I'm not surprised because Zarya's so strong right now. But
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Moira Lucio plus Zarya.
yeah,
Might be
it's
a little
definitely
bit to it might be end up being a little bit difficult to walk through, especially when ball is kind of poking out and disrupting these rotations. Both teams are opting to fight on this kind of other side of the point here, more open side, I guess, and ball just rolling through, trying to find some little bit of disruption, and Joey Esports commanding the high ground and tries just gone. Aubrey finds an early rail shot on. Null trades one back. Wu Yang is low. Swifter's trying to pressure as well. It's even on all sides here for Joey Esports.
Oh, so gotta be careful.
And
great.
Swifters finds no supports available for DooBo. Tracer recall is forced, and it's just ball to contest point here. We'll see how much disruption that can buy, or will Joey Esports just get the cap here? Yes, they will.
Yeah, and
It's
actually,
gonna be.
I love
Go
how
ahead,
they're
go ahead.
playing. I love how they're playing this. They're just walking right past the ball, saying, "You know what? We're just gonna fade in, and we're gonna speed in, and we're just gonna try to kill one in the back line." Yeah, they're gonna go monkey now, and they're actually gonna, they're gonna match the Lucio Moira. Fascinating. Very,
The
very
Lucio
fascinating.
Moira style is a little bit. It's a little bit sleeper, you know. Having both supports that are pretty slippery in terms
Yeah,
of
very
having
mobile.
very high mobility. Can be quite nice, especially with a tank that's maybe a little bit less focus required for your supports. Allow them to do a little more damage here, as we see Null just kind of marking this entryway, making it difficult for Aubrey to get an angle with that Sojourn. And a lot of people get low in that fight. Aubrey finds a rail shot onto Swifters. It's going to be interesting to see how this fight collapses here. Still a lot of damage output available here for Joey Esports as Null tries to rush down the backline. Try will find the opposing trade on Sojourn, but both supports are extremely low for Joey Esports. They're going to have to stabilize here and back out of it.
Yeah, coming up on ults here. If you're DooBo, if you're close to Snippy ult, Joey Esports, you're close to both support ults here. Same with DooBo. I guess they're way behind in B actually, but Snippy will make his ult pretty soon.
Extended staggers here for Joey Esports. It's going to cost them a little bit here. The percentage is picking up, especially with that reset on the Zarya charge. It's going to be a very explosive fight for the first flashpoint here on Saravasa.
This is going to be last fight here for this first point. It's going to be very rough for Joey Esports to fight in this. Queen's in a big grab here, I think. Preferably on this Moira before she can use her ult for Coalescence.
Similar ultimates for both sides here, and the Coalescence is popped early for trying to find some damage onto Snippy, but Azzo goes down instead. Ult the Graviton Surge committed as well, and is not able to find, yes, able to find the kill onto Sea Carrot, but it doesn't matter. The rest of Joey Esports is crumbling along the sides here. DooBo, Twisters, and Keed finding kills off the flank angles, securing that first flashpoint here.
Yeah, this swap to monkey for Snippy has just been huge. He's been carrying these fights, and he just gets in there, and Joey Esports is having a really hard time trying to peel this monkey. I think instead of peeling him, they just need to just go. Yeah, they're gonna match the monkey now. We dive versus dive.
Pulse Bomb forcing the Winston ultimate here for Snippy, and Tracer getting poked out as well. No recall. A lot of abilities forced here for Joey Esports. We'll see if they can capitalize. Yes, they do with that rail shot. Lucio beat a little bit too late for Sea Carrot, and a better beat is available for Cry. A lot of overhealth now for Joey Esports as they swarm onto this point and collect the kills.
Yeah, it's a great better beat there. And yeah, and Koi's gonna mirror this monkey now. I think this looks a lot better for them. Again, when you're the Sojourn, you're just trying to put these fights, and they're just kind of empty now. And this is just like old school dive right here. So whoever support line dies first it's probably gonna be a team that loses. So
It tries a little bit faster pace on Coalescence here. We'll see if that can lead to any meaningful difference here. But for all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same fight going in for both sides. But Aubrey and Snippy, they get 2 picks right off the bat. It's a fight over here for Joey Esports, unless Azdo has something to say about it. Gets 1, only down 1, and Snippy is extremely low as 2, forcing a lot of abilities, but the cap goes out in favor of DooBo.
that is insane. Snippy's already got the healing bubble, which is a major perk. That is nuts.
Azdo's got the kill on Sea Carrot now as well. This could be a fight-turning kill here for Joey Esports, and the rail shot ultimate for Aubrey committed as well, but Azdo is doing more without it. Finds 2, try with the Coalescence getting 1. It's a trade of percentage here. Joey Esports continuing to tick up to 60% here.
Yeah, now Koi's basically matching this dive with Snippy, and again, it just kind of comes down to who comes first. But DooBo does have 3 ults here. They should be able to split.
Yeah, that mismatch of Coalescence used in that last fight for Joey Esports might haunt them in this upcoming fight here. Twisted getting the pick onto Swifters early. I think it's just try and get to 99 and force ults here for Joey Esports as Coalescence and Prime will pop. It's a little bit wasteful here for DooBo maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going to have Pulse Bomb. This is going to be a very hard fight for them. Joey Esports will be close to beat too. They might get a mid fight even. Sea Carrot's a little bit behind Cry and Beat, but I mean this is gonna be very, very rough. Koi's basically got 2 lives, and Asdo can just open with overclock and create space to point, so this will be a very rough fight for DooBo.
You can see what type of angle Asdo wants to take with this Sojourn ultimate, but it's not needed. Null finds 2 picks. Asdo commits the ultimate, but is not able to find anything. Swifter gets 1, but Twisted, there's 2 picks on the side for DooBo. Cry shuts that down. Winston's dead. That should be fight over here. Maybe Tracer can contest? No, Asdo's a sharpshooter. No contest for the Tracer. 2nd point in favor of Joey Esports.
It's actually huge, you know, you only have to use OC there to basically secure the point. You're going to have Koi's ult still, Cry's coming up on his, and Switchers is getting close to Blade. I mean, this should be a pretty even fight for Joey Esports, and it might even favor them more, but the Secret's still not close to his beat.
Yeah, this pulse bomb from Twist is going to need to do some work if they want to get first capital at this point here. Null's in with that Primal Rage, finding a pick, but it's set up for Swifters instead. A lot of pressure down onto Lucio. Everyone extremely low here for DooBo. Keed finds a trade on Swifters though. It's not game over here. Point has not been capped. Asdo will get twisted. Pulse bomb used, no effect.
Yeah, and I mean, Asdo's putting work down the Sojourn. He's just clicking heads left and right. I think now if you're DooBo, I think you try to better beat this next fight, or you save beat for Blade. But I feel like if you're saving beat for Blade, I mean, you might lose half this point, maybe even 3/4 of it if you're following it. So they don't have anything else to open with.
Tries 20% up on Keed for that Coalescence as well. Could be a major difference maker in this upcoming fight. Bubbles committed for both sides, and then Moira, Keed is playing out in the open here. Could be an option to dive in as Swifters goes in, baits a fade out, and Snippy's in the backline as well. Trades going both sides looking for the backline. Cry's ultimate is a little bit late, is not enough to save Try. The fight is in a limbo here, but Swifters will find opposing Moira. It's even, except Snippy and Aubrey find the picks.
They've saved the point here, really.
Yeah,
that was gonna be the last fight.
And they only use Sea Carrot's ult there, so I mean they're gonna be close to. I mean, you're gonna have Coalescence, you're gonna have Tank ult. I mean, this is gonna be very favorable fight for DooBo.
We're back in Unity as well with the Moira Coalescences, which I think is probably beneficial for DooBo. I think.
Oh yeah, with control the point, it definitely makes it way easier for them because they can either counter coalesce or they can open with it and make Joey Esports make a play. So I definitely think this point should favor DooBo, just because of ult advantage. But again, if Joey Esports is getting a big coalescence here, then they should be able to take it back. And if they take it back, that's just basically the point. I mean, it's already I think at 70%, so it'll be tough to come back if you're DooBo. So
yeah, it's a precarious position 1-to-1 in the map. 70% as you said to Joey Esports, but DooBo has an opportunity to fight back the percentage here and see if they can get another point on the board, as we are waiting to hear what this tech pause is at DooBo's tank. Snippy got Thanos snapped out of the lobby, so there might be a little bit of a wait here. But I think it's nice to see that Winston still has a place in this meta, given the correct bans come in here.
Absolutely. I mean, Winston, you know, he was meta for a long time in Overwatch 2 in the beginning, and then these new heroes were added, and he kind of fell out. There's a lot of tanks feel the same way dive role that he does. But I will say, kind of going back to that point you brought up earlier, it's 70% right now. It's 1-1. If Joey Sports does lose or does win this, and you're DooBo, you gotta make a decision if you want to fight back and try to contest it last second and not risk going down 2-1, or do you just give up the point and then rotate the next and hope that you can beat them there and get set up before they can? Because I feel like this game mode's such a snowball, and like if they make the wrong choice and they try to fight this back and they don't get any ults out, or they just straight up lose the fight, like that could snowball into the next point and then the game could already be over. So it's like, yeah, and if you're DooBo, you want to win this, you have 3 ults, you should win this fight. But if you don't, you have to make that decision. That's one of the hardest decisions I think to make in this game mode. So
yeah, it depends on which point actually gets rolled. I think they should both be on the other side of the map. We've played both on the same side.
Yeah, Fountain in the one by the water.
I don't recall specifically if DooBo has Sojourn Rails
Sojourn Ultimate coming up, but if they do, you might prefer heading towards the kind of indoor fountain point rather than the garden one. As Snippy in with an early dive here, retains his ultimate most importantly, and Aubrey pops those Sojourn Rails. They did have those at the beginning of the pause, but Cry gets a trade on Twisted. The numbers are in favor of Joey Esports here, and Asdo decides to respond with his own ultimate. Null is good for the dive on Aubrey, gets a pick, but the trades are going both ways. Cry with another one here on Lucio. Getting securing kill, just supports available for DooBo, about Tracer as well. Try is here, should be enough to anchor Null on this point and hopefully get a cap going in favor of Joey Esports, but most of DooBo is back here.
Yeah, they're back.
Tracer Pulse Bomb could be something of effect here. Null has that Primal Rage, has to pop it. His force extremely low, but Snippy's gone too far. He's been traded by Swifters. Heat as well, extremely low. Aubrey extremely low. Members of DooBo do not have enough health here to withstand this point, and the flip is in favor of Joey Esports here.
Twisted through his pulse bomb there. His team was dead. I don't know if he thought he was gonna kill all of them with it, or interesting choice.
It's tough for DooBo. I don't know if they're gonna be able to touch. They're gonna have to give it. Yeah.
Yeah. They have nothing to fight back with. I mean, you're behind in both support ults here too. I mean, might be worst case scenario for them because Swift is going on his blade too.
Yeah, and they find Keat on the entryway. Just a little bit slow rotating with the rest of the team, gets found out by Null. And as you pointed out, this blade could be massive differential here. This could snowball, like you were saying in the break. This could be the start of the snowball here for Joey Esports, getting a 99% to 0 on this last point.
Yeah. The good thing is they still have 10 seconds till it spawns, so they have some time to engage, so they should be able to contest before it opens.
And we'll see if Try opts to go early with this Coalescence. And Snippy gets a great dive onto Asdo. Coalescence is popped regardless, 2 down for Joey Esports. If there's no trades now, it's looking bad for Joey, and there is no trades. DooBo find the opening to the fight that they needed, and they get first cap here.
I just feel like every time Snippy jumps in, he's landing on 2 every single time, and the follow-up there is there almost every single time. This coordination between him, Seacarrot, and Twisted is looking really, really good right now.
Yeah, and they have the support ultimate advantage here. That overclock is going to match that blade.
And they should be able to build Pulse Bomb real quick too.
Yeah, Coalescence early here for Keat, looking to force the tempo, try and find some picks early, make a fight long maybe, so the point keeps ticking up in their favor. 50% almost, and the fight is still going. No picks either way. Primal committed, Blade committed, but Aubrey finds the trade. Null finds one back onto Seacarrot, and Asdo gets another. It's a possibility here for Joey Esports to turn this fight. They've got DooBo chasing all the way back to point, backing up towards their spawn. Null continuing to get picks here, but they need to flip the point now.
And that looked really bleak at first for Joey Esports, but then Asdo hits that huge headshot and Koi kills Aubrey up inside, so both DPS go down, and then it's just kind of their point now. And they have 2 ults again. I mean, it's 2 ults, both DPS versus tank and DPS. Try is way ahead though on that. Oh, there goes Pulse Bomb wide. But Try is way ahead on that Coalescence. So
it doesn't matter. The Goomba Stomp from Snippy is too good. Finds Try, the Sojourn ultimate, trying to find another Seacarrot extremely low, and Null finds another one on the back. It's completely even on both sides, but point cap is in favor of DooBo. Everything is in their advantage right now. It's not anymore.
DooBo does get out Winston ult. Twisted should die here. Yeah, they would flip. I mean, Cry is way ahead on that Lucio beat too. I mean, this is gonna be a pretty dry fight between both teams. This could be it though for DooBo if they don't win this fight.
No, I think
it's
going to be very difficult. You have the Coalescence that didn't get used because Try died so early. That could actually be something that's very bad here for DooBo, since they didn't end up winning that fight. And there's another pick early on Twisted. It's the right play here to push up and maybe try and stuff the choke here with these ultimates they have.
Yeah, Try's got to ult shit all early here before they can build.
You see 90% in ticking. Snippy trying to get the touch, will get a touch, 96%, 7, 8, 9, it's overtime, and Azdo gets the pick early. 1 down for DooBo, it's looking dire, and Snippy goes down as well. Azdo finding all the picks here on this last point, gets another 4, almost 5, Swifters had to steal it. And that will be Joey Esports taking map 2 here on Survasa.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a really good map. This Flashpoint's such a game mode too, where it's really just comes down to 1 or 2 fights almost every match that kind of decide it. And that last fight right there, where Joey Esports was starting the last fight, when DooBo had all the ult advantage and they basically forced Joey Esports back to their spawn. The way they kited those beats and then eventually got back and into the fight and then won the fight, and that was just huge. That turned the whole game around.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Cry on this Lucio. Just finding trades in these fights, you know, going back to that the outdoor point with the coast. Try in a trade fight, we'll just get 2 picks, Null's also there, and hold the point for an extra 30%. Like, it's invaluable getting that percentage.
Yeah, those little percentage, they add up, and like, what it does too, I mean, it stops them, like, it helps your respawn come back too, so they have to then flip the point on top of that, and then by the time you should be respawned, and then you're back in it, and that does make a huge difference. It is little things like that that make a big difference.
Yeah, small things adding up to big differences here. It's 1-1. We will go into this third map here. Not taking a break just yet. We will be guaranteed 4 maps here total. Maybe it goes to 5. You know, who knows? I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to a map 5.
No, I casted in that fight last night. It was a great series. It was a reverse sweep. It was awesome. So I won one already. And both these teams, I mean, they both look strong on both these kind of different comps. I mean, they basically function 2 different ways, right? One's kind of pure dive, and the other is kind of more like bunker down and kind of like a hybrid comp with like a little 3-2 action. So I really curious to see what they do on map 3 here. I wonder if DooBo will do what Joey did, and they'll give Joey map pick, and they'll take first ban, or if DooBo will take the map ban or the map pick.
It's a interesting kind of concept here. I wonder if they try and force the issue by going to a map that's very favorable kind of to those style of comps that we saw on map 1. Just go to something that's purely in that vein, nothing else can be played there, and just stick out given the first ban to Joey Esports.
Yeah, I think if you want to go back to that Arista comp, I think Midtown would be great for that pick. I think Murisapi wouldn't be terrible either. Murisapi's kind of those weird maps where you kind of can play both comps, whether it be kind of like that bunker down, that 3-2 split, or go dive. I think Midtown would be a great selection, or like Junkertown obviously would be great. Route 66 could be another good map to go to. But interesting to see what they do here. It should be good.
We do have confirmation of DooBo taking the map pick here, so there will be no giving your opponent map pick shenanigans. As maybe if you're Joey in that scenario, with having that first ban, are you wanting to protect ban something else, or are you going to continue to ban supports? What's the play?
You could ban the Lucio, or not the Wu Yang here, because you can't ban Lucio, you can't ban Curie. If you want to keep him off it, you kind of want to force that. I mean, I don't know if Moira or Lucio will be the pick, but if you want to kind of force like Curie Lucio, maybe you feel more confident in your Lucio than theirs, then you could ban that Wu Yang. Again, it kind of depends on the map. I feel like, I mean, Curie Lucio works on most maps, but I feel like there's some maps you could go also like on a brig as well. But that's if they ban Wu Yang. They might not even ban it. I'm not sure. I will say it does feel like I'll get the ban.
Yeah, maybe this is the time to ban a DPS. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's
Tracer ban wouldn't be bad.
Tracer ban. It could be very potent actually on push. Something like this off your Coliseum. Maybe it's gonna be an interesting road forward here for Joey Esports as they navigate this series. You've seen two looks so far. You said this kind of more bunker style comp. Now this kind of more aggressive jump in, just walk style comp. Do you think we'll see maybe some more classic dive if we go to, let's say, Dorado with Sonata Brig? Do you think that's a possibility here?
Absolutely. I think Autumn Brig is very, very strong. I mean, on certain maps, right? Like, you bring up Dorado, it's a great example. I mean, once you get Honest up on high ground, it's very, very hard to dive her with Brig, helping her out. I will say, I do really like Kiri Lucio on attack for Dorado. I think it helps a lot with the anti and the Brig. You kind of go in with your monkey and kind of keep him up when he dives. I will say, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought DooBo was pretty strong in this last patch. I almost wonder if we see a Diva pick. If we do go, we're just happy still.
We're just happy.
This is a weird map. Like I said earlier, but this is kind of like a map you could run either account. I mean, remember when this map first came out, everyone was kind of just going dive on it. But I mean, I feel like you also could play the Orisa here and kind of sit on point. You have those long angles. I almost wonder if you wanted to. I mean, if you wanted to ban DPS here, you could ban like the Kree or the Sojourn here, maybe. But if you do that, I think you're kind of forcing dive then. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do here.
Yeah, it's a interesting scenario. I think I feel like you can just ban anything really. Any part of the kind of core set of heroes is an effective ban here. Maybe you don't like the Wu Yang poke down the long sight lines, so you just like ban Wu Yang, down those long middle straights.
I'm very surprised that they made Orisa look like a really strong pick. Both teams did, and they both rolled out on map 1. So I'm very like, I don't know. I haven't scrimmed this last week, so I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but like it looks really strong, and like I wouldn't mind if I'm DooBo going back to that comp, or sorry, DooBo. Too much football
maybe the key to that Orisa comp is the map geometry there. For Antarctic Peninsula. Maybe it's just how kind of closed in a little bit in some areas where Orisa can really hold progress with that gold, with the javelin spin. So maybe that's kind of the reason for Orisa. Maybe it's just that map specific. But I would like to see how it performs on kind of a different map, especially something where it's just longer in general, right? It's not just these kind of shorter 3 control points. Something like push, right? You have to move with the payload through and through. So very interesting composition. I really have not seen anybody play Orisa in absolutely ages, and the Tracer ban is what comes in here. You got the map right, I got the ban right. We're both on luck today.
Yeah, and I like Tracer ban here by Joey. Again, I want to say I know what comp they're gonna go. I feel like most of the time I do when I do this analyst, but I really have no idea. I mean, Zarya's open still too. I mean, if you're DooBo, you can't ban Zarya, so Zarya will be open this map. They rolled out on Ball before. I mean, there was Monkey. I really have no idea where to go. I think it kind of really depends on DooBo's ban here. DooBo could ban a support. They could ban. I don't think they'll ban the Wu Yang. I mean, it looked really strong on it in map 1. Maybe you ban the Lucio here.
I actually don't hate that. I really don't hate that. Just ban Lucio as well. Make the map.
They're gonna ban the Wu Yang. Wow.
Interesting. They're gonna take away that. I thought that they were playing so well with the Wu Yang in the first map.
I mean, I just getting that triple kill that Keed got. I mean, yeah, I think it's an interesting ban. It basically means that this is like Kiri Lucio map, so it's probably Kiri Lucio backline. The tank, I don't know what the tank's gonna be. I mean,
maybe they were expecting the Zarya Wu Yang Curie if the Wu Yang stays available, and so they're trying to force away from that by banning Wu Yang. Maybe that's the read.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate that. If that's the case, if they don't want to play that Zarya, but like at the same time, I mean, this map, I said you can flex a lot of comps on this map, and I don't really know how Orisa will do into a dive comp. I mean, I guess if you can keep him up long enough, it's probably not terrible. But like if they do run back this monkey pick, I feel like he kind of just, once that sphere is kind of thrown, he just kind of jumps in. So very curious to see what happens here, but
both teams proving with their flexibility so far in this series that they really deserve to be at this 3-0.
Absolutely. Do we think we see more Lucio again?
It's possible. I'm partial to it on push and flashpoint, but that's just me. If you guys were with us last season in rookie tier, I preached that Moira Lucio was the truth on flashpoint in rookie tier, and it was until Bees Nuts lost on it in playoffs. And
And then you no longer still that's soapbox.
no, I don't stand on that soapbox as much anymore.
There's no way we
Although-
There's no way.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
Refuse to believe that they're gonna run this back when Fury's open. Moira, I was a Moira one when I first started playing this game. As toxic as that sounds, I just no way with Curie open right now. You're gonna lock in the Moira. They're gonna do it. Oh my goodness.
Maybe it's a 400 IQ 5D chess
Gonna do it.
read on the ball play.
God.
They're walking out on it. I think the Moira does have, to some extent, a decent survivability versus ball.
Yeah, I will say it's definitely better than it is against Monkey. I just in a world where Curie's open, I just think not picking it is a very interesting choice. But maybe that's the thing I know.
Snippy's already in the backline here, and Aubrey has got a trade on to try. The Moira is short-lived, 20% ultimate charge.
Does he swap?
He's already at 25. As we'll see, Aubrey gets another with the Soldier. Another interesting pick, the Soldier. He didn't really harp on Soldier as much, but it's a very consistent amount of DPS that you get with the Soldier.
Yeah, and on this map, I will say this is a map that Soldier can actually be played very well on, because if you walk this map at all, it's just all very long sight lines. So what he can do is he can sit on this right side, where it's right here, where this Mega Pack is, and he can just shoot down this lane, and you just really can't do anything about it. So when you go chase him, he just runs away. So I actually don't hate this pick in this map.
And we see a swap of Tank and Asdo onto Cassidy as well, looking for a weird sort of rush comp with the Reaper cast, but Swifter TP's in and gets twisted. That's one trade, and this Curie Soldier off angle is being forced here. Try along with Null getting that out, and Swifters finds a solo kill, not a solo kill, me not being able to read. Finds a kill onto Snippy, and Asdo gets another as well, and the push starts going here for Joey Esports.
I will say, it is very fun watching these tanks, because every time they go in, they're slamming or jumping on 2 or 3 almost every single time. And that is huge, because it's just so much burst damage that forces out cooldowns, and that makes the fight so much easier for your team.
Yeah, the ball is already half HP going in here. Taking a lot of poke, but already 90% mines could be impactful in this fight as the lead looks to be flipped here by Joey Esports. The contest is in by the ball, but short-lived. Aubrey will get the trade onto Cry, though. It's a interesting play here. Joey has the lead now, and they have enough Moira heals to withstand as Try and Asdo get 2. Mines on point here will halt progress for a little bit, but the picks are still in favor of Joey Esports. If they can live long enough here, they can win a fight and get more percentage.
Yeah, they're gonna use Reaper throughout the mines there. I like that. I mean, I will say no one's contesting Aubrey right now on this Soldier, but I mean, he kind of just walked past him, and whenever ball goes to touch, they're just melting down with these Hellfire shotguns. So I mean, I like Joey Esports game plan right here. They just, like, you know what, Aubrey will take these long angles and keep flanking, but we're just gonna keep walking, pushing the spot.
Yeah. It's nothing super fancy, very prudent, very practical, and it's got them 70% so far here. Try with the Coalescence here, popped along with Asdo using the tininess of spacing here. Traded by a support and DPS ultimate of DooBo, and Keed gets a trade onto the opposing flex support, so it's advantage here in favor of DooBo. A lot of health forced down here for Joey Esports. It looks like it'll be the end of this push.
Yeah, and I was wondering if Coy's gonna pop out there. He was like 1 HP for a little bit, but I'm glad he saved it. I think he knew it was kind of a losing fight, and to not pop it there takes a lot of discipline. And it's always a good play by a tank. Now they'll have that, they'll have Cries all played. Joey Sports in a great spot here, actually. I mean, they had checkpoint there too. I mean, that was a great push for them.
Yeah, swap onto Hazard here for Sneaky. Maybe a little bit more spiky for this Winston jumping in, or that Reaper walking in front of the beat is forced early and only catches 1. That's a massive advantage here for Joey Esports if they decide to press it. But Twisted on this Genji, looking to force the cart a little bit more and gets punished for it. Null jumping in with that Primal Rage, gets 1 onto the forts. Does he get the juggle? No. He is not a Korean Winston, guys. Can confirm. As Aubrey will get 2 late trades here. Making it interesting. How far can Joey Esports really push this cart here? They're down a couple members.
And you see, it's impossible to kill Aubrey. He just sits so far away and he just chunks you down, and this should be clean up. Nice shots by Aubrey.
Good precision there from Aubrey on that soldier coming up on another visor, and Twisted kept this blade here. Cry still has that beat to match.
Yeah.
Let's see if
right here. Pop their ult first.
And we'll see how much progress DooBo can actually get here. Obviously, they got a lot of initial push off of that first fight, and it's been a little bit more difficult going here. Ooh, almost got the shutdown on that blade. Twisted gets the kill, but Null finds two, and Swifters gets another. The fights just keep going in favor of Joey Esports here, and they only had to use that one ultimate.
That was so smart by Koi. Koi knew, I'm assuming, he knew Snippy was coming up on ult, and he jumped in, but he did pop it out of his bubble. Even though he was getting chunked down, he waited for Snippy to trap his ult, and then he put out his bubble, and once he did, they blocked off all the stuff. Him and his teammates all survived, and then get stuck by the downpour, and just good play there by the tank for Joey Esports.
And it's going to need to be in the hands of the DPS for Joey Esports if they want to continue to get another fight win here. They opt to just kite back and force a fight down this long stretch here. Small high ground advantage with that slope. And it's the Kitsune Rush and Coalescence popped for both sides here, looking to push the tempo, and that's Keed going down. Try gets Aubrey as well. Lucio will get out and Twisted will get one. But it's going to be more distance on the board for Joey Esports, and you're scared now if you're DooBo fans. This is starting to be a very large lead.
This should get into about 100 meters. That's going to be very hard to come back from. But I will say, if I'm DooBo, if I'm Twisted, I'm thinking about switching here just to mirror with the Reaper. The Reaper dies, of course. But the combo Slifters and how good he's been playing, and he dies. Caster's Curse right there.
We get about 90%. Pop the visor just to force all of that space, and Swifter's just coming off spawn now. They're gonna get this point maybe back to midway here before the next fight happens, and as they're just patrolling this main lane, putting down pressure, making it difficult for Hazard to jump in here. You see Boy in with that bubble, has to jump out, so much poke taken. Twisted, he's caught alone in that back line, gets secured the pick for Joey Esports. More push coming through, potentially, if this Reaper ultimate can get the money.
You see him, he's just chunking down their tank every single time he jumps in. I really would like it. Oh, Twisted did swap. Okay, never mind. So I really like if he would swap here.
Maybe the play for Swifters is to never use your ultimate. They'll always have to keep it in mind. You just get all the value by chunking down tank and never actually use your ultimate. As I say that, Twisted just walks down Koi and gets the trade. And Snippy looking to double back and try and get some way fast TP for Swifters. Stalls time on this cart here. It's still 60 meters, around about 65 meters that DooBo have to push back. They have some tools here to get it done, but Joey Esports, they also have a lot of ultimates in the bank.
Yeah, that's the real part about push. Once you can accrue this huge deficit, it's so hard to come back.
Exactly what they needed. Isolated as though they will get the lockdown onto Try with that Hazard ultimate. Aubrey gets the securing kill and gets another kill as well. Another cheeky little TP for Swifters, not fooling anybody as the rest of his team falls down. This is the start of what you need for DooBo if you're going to get back into this series.
Yep, and right here he's trying to checkpoint. Checkpoint would be huge here.
See if Joey Esports can contest quickly. They have the ultimates to do so. Maybe it requires a little bit of high noon spacing. Maybe an early primal, as we see Twisted with that Reaper trying TPing to the high ground, helping Snippy kind of lock it down as Koi jumps in. High noon popped early, trying to be split off by that Hazard wall, and Twisted secures the kill. Heed with the Kitsune Rush on top. Reaper ult visor used a lot of ultimates there, but a lot of ultimates used for both sides as well. Koi gets another trade. This Try looks to try and force this cart back a little bit here. Problem solved for DooBo. They get another fight win.
Yeah, and a questionable ult by Koi there. If he had 3 members dead, I think he just let them burn all their ults and then you win this next fight. That should just be game, but Lucy gets a huge stagger on Swifters too.
Yeah,
They're gonna come real close.
Beats for both sides, but most importantly, Try is 60 to another Coalescence here. Could be what seals the deal here for Joey Esports on this map 3. But then again, you also have Twisted, who's been amazing on this Reaper so far. Swifter's TP is in and gets shut down by C Carrot. No need for an ultimate. Cries a little bit late with that beat. And Try gets a trade, but the picks are coming in favor of DooBo here. This comeback is looking real.
Yeah, only 20 meters to go. I mean, they should Joey's push to get one more touch, whether it be Reaper or coming out on the Hazard. They will definitely get a touch here, so 10 meters to go. So big wall.
Yeah, Try needs to live long enough for this Coalescence and not die. The Reaper ultimate from Twisted could be a wrench in the works here, but Aubrey will secure a pick onto Swifters. Asdo trades one onto Seeker. Down one support here for DooBo, and Asdo gets another onto Twisted. They do have the lead now, DooBo. Overtime is starting here. No more mistakes for either side. Koi and Try will secure some picks, and if you're DooBo, you got the lead. That's what you came for.
Yeah, and they with the checkpoint spawn, they can take one more fight at that halfway point, force out Joey's ult, and then get one more fight before that they lose. So there's really 2 fights here. I think if you're DooBo, I think you just dry fight, try to force ults.
Yeah, if you're Joey, if you can win this fight with just a Coalescence, you've got a chance with the ultimates coming up. But it requires you to get kills fast here. Hazard wall out, looking for a dive onto Asdo. Coalescence pop. A lot of people taking a lot of damage. Twisted opts to put that ultimate out there, gets one trade. Is it enough? Asdo uses the Sojourn ultimate and finds the Lucio. Hazard extremely low gets picked as well. Just the Reaper and Kiriko on point here, extremely low. That's a fight win here for Joey Esports. And they've got some ultimates on the back end here, but they had to use 2.
I mean, but you're feeling good now. You're only worried about Visor, and you can kite Visor, or just pop the beat, and basically hard counters that whole ult. I mean, they could do this right here. Koi has his ult here in second too.
Yeah, Reaper Twisted contesting this point, making sure the lead doesn't change here. Visor popped on Cart, and the Hazard ultimate from Null gets a lockdown on Aubrey, and Asdo gets Twisted. No DPS available for DooBo. The Lucio picked out of the sky. Just a Hazard and Kiriko on point, and both go down to Swifter's Reaper Blossom. They will get the lead change here, and that should be the overtime timer ticking down instantly. Joey Esports get that map 3 win here, going up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, and I don't mean to harp, but I think DooBo made a crucial mistake. I think they should just dry fought that fight. I mean, they were contesting points, so like all they had to do was just sit on it, force Joey to use at least 1 or 2 ults there, and then you had the ult advantage in the next fight, and you knew you had one more fight. Like by wasting your ults there and not winning, and it was a risk, it was a gamble for sure. Like because if they win if they win the fight there, the game's over. But
Yeah.
like when you lose that, you're such a hard deficit then, because then they have downpour and then they have beat, and it's like you have Visor, but when you get downpoured on, everyone's gonna focus you. Like it's very tough. So
I
great
think
comeback by Joey.
if it was a swap of ultimates, if it was the Visor that was used in that second to last fight and the Reaper ultimate used in the last fight on point, it would have gone much better for DooBo. Just as you said at the end of that second map, small details separating both of these teams here, incredibly close. And I believe we will take a break here. Give us a short 5 minutes, if you will, before we continue this series. It's very possible we go to map 5 here, so you won't be waiting too long for the continuation.
That was a great map.
Yeah, and we'll catch you guys on the other side of this break. welcome back, everyone. That is the end of our give or take 30 seconds, 6 minutes break here. This is the SPCS Series 3 Week 4 Intermediate tier between Joey Esports and DooBo, and it's turning out to be a absolute banger of a series here between both of these teams.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, our last episode so close between Joey and DooBo. We're gonna go to Dorado here. I like this pick. I think it was by DooBo. We said earlier, it's definitely a dive map. I wonder if we'll see the Ana Brig or if we'll see. I mean, Wu Yang Ana is very strong on this map. So is Curie Wu Yang. We'll see what the bans are here. I'm curious to see what happens, but I will say, I mean, so far in the dive comps, it does seem like Joey has been doing a little bit better than DooBo has been on the dive comps. So very curious to see. Maybe it's one of DooBo's like comfortable maps that they feel most comfortable on. We shall see though. I'm not sure who picked this map.
I believe it's DooBo. I'm
DooBo?
casting my mind back to the last time that Joey played Dorado, which was that week 1 stream match. As we see, Joey has banned Ball as their first ban. What I recall being played was the Curie Wu Yang plus Diva, and I think it was Genji, and I think there was also a soldier played in that series. So I don't remember from which side it was, but probably Genji Tracer Diva plus Wu Yang Curie is my greatest memory of that week 1 match. So maybe we'll see something similar, but DooBo bans that Genji, so no opportunity for that. But still, maybe for Joey, Devo, Wu Yang Curie is the run back here on Dorado.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably front line and back line. DPS probably gonna see Tracer. We could see Sombra maybe, or we could also probably see Soldier. Sojourn's still pretty strong in this map. Lots of long sidelines can stay up with their high ground. Wouldn't be surprised something like that. On offense, I would be leaning more towards the Sombra pick than defense. I think Sombra is in a strong place right now. I'm curious to see on offense if they'll run Diva or if they'll go Monkey. I feel like Diva's a little bit better on defense, playing defensively more so than offensively. But again, and I don't know if DooBo plays the Diva. Maybe we'll see.
To be interesting to see what DooBo pulls out here. I think for Joey, it's a little bit more known. It's interesting, both of these teams played Dorado in week 1, and both of them won the map 2-1. So if everything goes to plan here, it's going to be another close map.
Yeah, and I fully expect it to be close after the last map. But even the last 2 maps, Flashpoint, even though it was 3-1, all the points were close. So I do fully expect this to go probably into overtime or to darn near completion. So, and Reaper, yeah, I've got Reapers available too.
This is the comp that Joey's walking out of spawn for the defensive hold with, the Reaper Junk. All the Junkrat players rejoice in chat. I know there's at least one of you. Nope, swaps a Surge. I feel bad now.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that Junkrat in this game. To be honest, sorry to the Junkrat stands out there. That trap is just not fun. Now they changed his trap too. Now it's where anti-heals you. That's an insane change in my opinion.
Yeah. We'll see. It is the Curie Wu Yang here for Joey, and it's also the Curie Wu Yang here for DooBo. They had the leg up on the Curie Wu Yang in first map, as it's differing of DPS here. Tracer and Freya versus Reaper and Soj here. That Reaper from Switches used to do a really good job of disincentivizing the dive of Snippy here.
Yeah, this is going to be such a miserable task for Snippy to try diving. This Reaper's just going to TP onto him every single time he jumps, and it's going to be miserable.
Yeah, we'll see as Twisted is already on the flank here, looking to put some pressure down, but is forced out quickly. Koi jumping in, trying to get something done, but Swifter's almost punished on the TP out. Koi still low, but it's juggling the high ground touch here with Swifters, limiting the progress here of DooBo. As Snippy finally takes this high ground bridge uncontested, still has some work to do in order to get to the back line of Joey Esports. He's forced out.
Yeah, it's going to be rough if you're Snippy here. And this Reaper's just gonna sit there and chunk you down every time we go in.
Look how
Maybe
fast
test the card.
Try is 90% ultimate here. This could be very potent at stalling this cart right at the bridge here as Snippy just goes down to regular poke. No ultimates required. Swifter's also 92% to a Reaper Blossom. Aubrey and Sea Carrot have their ultimates though. There's some options here to play. Be interesting to see what ultimates they decide to open up the fight with, as they've pushed the cart far enough now that they can make a full rotation to high ground altogether. Wu Yang Wave pressed early and finds Keed with the knockdown. Easy cleanup for Koi, and forces the rest of DooBo back here. Sojourn poke plus Reaper is laying down so much pressure right now.
Yeah, this is a great ult there by Try too. He knew Koi's set up and ready to go in, and they were all cooked up together, and he can only dodge so much of that ult. Just great engage there by DooBo. Or sorry, by Joey.
4 ultimates for DooBo here. See what they can make happen. Aubrey looking for a bola shot. Will maybe connect with that Sojourn. Gets a bunch of damage down, but does not secure the kill. Forces Joey Esports to rotate back towards the backside of this bridge here. Gives some space here. Twisted is doing a good job at distracting a lot of attention here, but Swifters finds 2-3 with that Reaper Blossom. With TP on the back line, pop that. There's no answer as Koi struggles with the aim there on Winston. And if you're Joey, a minute left on the clock, you're very happy with how this defense has gone so far.
I mean, yeah, you've only really, I mean, you're about to have Trax ult again, so you've really only used one ult, and Koi's been basically untouched so far in this Winston, so.
The go button is pressed for Keed here. That Wu Yang ultimate on the Winston doesn't find value. Swifters in and finds Sea Carrot. 1 down for DooBo. Once again here. Force the ultimate from Koi. It's not a bad trade here. Snippy making space with Twisted Pulse. It's wide. No trade. Can Asdo secure the kill? Swifters is doing all the work on this Reaper right now. And try popping that ultimate for fun. 30 seconds left on the clock here. Some stagger picks. Everything's going in the favor of Joey Esports. This Kitsune Rush pop just to try and buy some space on cart. Force it through this archway, but as you said, the kite's good. There's no pressure here for Joey Esports, and they've got 2 ultimates of their own coming on the back. 10 seconds left. If there's any picks now, it's deadly for DooBo, and Asdo, he's too sharp. Gets one on his number. Audrey down. Everyone low for DooBo. Snippy getting filled up. They have a chance to touch here, but it's going to be a pretty large staggered touch on this point.
Once again,
Now Swifters with the ultimate will just clean up the spacing. Aubrey will get the kill. Touch is still used.
Oh, wait. It's C9. Oh,
yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to know if it mattered. It's difficult. It could have mattered.
Did get the Wu Yang ult, but it would have been hard to close the space because she still had slide on Sojourn, so it would have been hard. You might have got your tank back up in time to come back and touch the point, but that would have been interesting to see what happened there because it was 3-on-3. But again, I don't think the Wu Yang ult, I don't think it would have connected with anyone because Sojourn could have just slid out. But you might have bought time for your tank to come back and help with the point. But great hold there by Joey Esports, man. They put that perfectly. Swifters had apps. I mean, I know his ults were huge, but like just even the micro play before the ults were just massive the whole time.
Yeah, Swifters is really the key to that defense working with their Reaper. Just checking every single time Winston jumps in. Okay, am I pressuring him? Do we have enough pressure to kill him? Or am I TPing in backline and collecting 2? Most of the time, just absolutely lethal on that Reaper. It's quite a nice pocket pick for defense, you know, especially when you know they're going to be running Winston dive.
Yeah, I wish DooBo would mirror it. I don't mind the double poke. Like, it gets a lot of poke, but I just feel like Reaper, he does kind of play really well on defense. I mean, there's high grounds you can sit on with him. You can teleport all around. Like, there's a lot of cover for him. Like, you can hold this first choke really hard. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the double kind of hit scan playstyle, but we'll see.
Yeah, and Twisted already extremely low on that Freya counter jump here for Snippy, just contesting Koi on that angle, forcing him out. But free relative push here. We saw on Joey's defense, they've already made a dive hit by the time the cart reached that corner.
Start, yeah.
Joey, they've already got the cart most of the way to that arch. It's already in a position where DooBo has to just contest and Snippy's down. This is it here.
That's it.
Easy pushing.
Oh, wait.
Some trades happening, but Koi just isolates the 2 on cart, and the series goes out with a whimper here. 3-1 in favor of Joey Esports. I guess they really had that Dorado plan locked down. They did their research. They were in the lab. They cooked up these strats, and there was no answer for DooBo.
Yeah, and I just think again, I'm curious if the rationale was not to go Reaper on defense for DooBo. Maybe they're just more comfortable. Maybe they don't have Reaper player. Maybe they were comfortable on the Freya, but I just think, you know, like you saw it. It was just that defense. I mean, Switcher has put in so much work. He's followed the monkey around and made basically the monkey's life miserable the whole time. So.
Yeah, it's congratulations to Joey Esports, another victory on stream. It's a really great roster they put together, and they said it kind of jokingly when I asked them in that first week what their aspirations were for this tournament, and they said that they were positive they were going to make champ bracket. They didn't want to go as far out to say that they were gonna win the whole thing, but I think you definitely saw in that first week match and in this week match, especially on that Dorado, just how much confidence they can bring in when they have that. They look unstoppable.
Yeah, and I think there's flexibility too. I mean, all their players, they kind of flexed around different picks all series long, and they excelled at each one. And I mean, even the first map, yeah, they lost 2-0, but like. Maps were close, and I think that again, Joey they just played really well, and honestly, like their whole team. I mean, I know we have the MVP come up in a second, but I think their whole team just played really, really well on many different picks, which is very hard to do at this high of a level.
Yeah, each player had moments where maybe individually they were lacking a bit. I think what comes to me immediately, Swifters on that first map, you know, was getting sit down a bit on that tracer, then. Throughout the rest of the series is consistent, and then on that last map is really standout. But our MVP consistency over the whole map set is Koi, is Null on that tank, is amazing player, someone that I've had the opportunity to work with in a number of capacities. So congratulations to Koi for winning our match MVP here, but I think you could have given it to any player really. There's a lot of good shouts on Joey Esports you could have given it to.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I mean, I think everyone played very well for Joey Esports. Flexing on different picks is very hard, but I just think Koi consistently throughout the whole series was just overall their best player, and I think it just turned out to be a good series for Joey Esports. And honestly, you're proud. I mean, that's a big win over another team that's undefeated too, so now you kind of go forward, and you're undefeated. They have a loss. You'll be ahead of them in the standings, and kind of going back to what you said, I mean, this is really a team that could possibly win the whole thing, so. Both teams, honestly. I think DooBo's up there too. I think DooBo had a great series as well. Even though they lost 3-1, the maps were all close, so.
Yeah, don't talk about that Dorado.
Yeah,
no, there's just small details on those other maps outside of Dorado that they clean up, and they're winning maps 2 and 3, and that's the 3-0, right? So fine margins there, a little bit more work to be done on their escort, but overall really strong performance for DooBo. Nothing to really be sad about, I guess. And there's still, I don't know if we have the facilities to pull up the standings right now, but I believe both of these teams should still be in the upper sections. I'm not completely familiar with the format of playoffs here. We do not have the facilities to pull up standings, but I can tell you can do it yourself. SPCS.slmn.gg. The website has all the information you need. Standings, don't think it has brackets yet, but the brackets are in the Discord channel. All the information you need, website, Discord, find it when you need it. And also advanced tier tomorrow.
Yep, should be guaranteed. Underpaid versus culture tomorrow.
Culture and underpaid. I think I'm not going to put predictions on that. I have not tracked advanced tier at all. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for us here on this broadcast. It was amazing to have this broadcast with you, Gilcher. Thank you to Layla and Seraph for running the production and observing today. Yeah, it's been an amazing ride. We'll see you guys, not me personally, but as a team, we'll see you guys on Thursday for that advanced tier match, guys. We'll see you around.